Very excited to have the chance to revisit this old classic, which is one of my favorite Broadway musicals. We wanted to make the musical a bit more intimate, as really it's a story about family and about love. We wanted to set it very much in the local context. Our Kajals are mostly from Singapore. Our cast is very multiracial, as is representative of Singapore's populace.
It's always a dream to work with great cast, great singers, great actors. I mean, the team is important. As I run through vocal sessions with them, it's nice to see what the strengths are and what we can work from there. How they synergize, that's important. And how to make beautiful music together and bring the whole show together. That is magic in itself.
I've not worked with Elaine before, but she's lovely. She's wonderful to work with. She's extremely thorough. I'm singing at the bottom of my range, I'm singing at the top of my range. I haven't done that for quite a while, so a nice sort of vocal workout. During the show I get to sing a couple of ballads, then there's a fun duet, and then there's all these sort of frenetic numbers as well.
And I'm young and in love.
Inspiration for the choreography has definitely got to be the music, which I absolutely love, and the wonderful dancers that I'm working with. Utilising their styles and what they bring to the party is really important for this. Yeah, well, it definitely comes from a lot of jazz-based. You've got to have some classical training to do this as well. I think for a lot of this reworking, we've tried to and give the choreography a slightly different, edgier feel for some of the pieces.
We have 5 different locations for the set. It's a mix of inspirations, so we have some Peranakan settings, we have some cabaret locations. The main item is a large gold bird cage. We wanted to reference the ornate bird cages that songbirds come in. So in a way, Zaza is the songbird, and this framing bird cage frames the entire set. You have to think about how the actors are going to be using the set. In this case, La Cage, we have a lot of dancers, so we need to be able to make sure that they can dance comfortably on the set.
I'm looking at different colours for wigs, and then a little bit inspired by Chinese Oriental kind of feel. The most important consideration for wigs, especially quick change, because they have a lot of quick change in between shows, and they all come in one shot, especially the gazelle. So all these wigs have to be wearable, easier to wear and easier to pin, easier to take up.
It's an interesting journey from where I derive the costumes from, because I think the most important is how I take the scene, how I study the scene, and how I inject different looks for the scene, especially the quadrilles and especially for Jaja. I've used mirror to give this effect on stage. There are feathers. We talk about feathers, there are more than 250 kinds of different feathers and feathers were used for a show, since it's birdcage and you just never get enough of feathers. I was bring back to this very old Hollywood glam, but it's set in Tanjong Pagar. That's how some of the costumes are very much inspired from that era, and with a touch of that local elements in it. I try to provide them that magic to support that era of that part where they're dancing or they're performing it. I think that's what costume is all about.
It's really wonderful to be able to come back and approach the work one more time. I'm older, live more of life, but also because you already have performed the work, I think what you have is a deeper understanding of the words, but also freedom. You can play more. I think that freedom is very enjoyable for an actor. Being an actor is being involved in the singular task of being someone other than myself. You know, how do we actually breathe life into the words written by Harvey Fierstein and the music of Jerry Herman? How do we hold up a mirror to the society that we live in today?